Have you ever been denied a purchase? Are you looking to purchase a home or a car? If you answered yes to any of these questions, I can assist. My name is Chenauda Harris. I am a financial specialist offering solutions to your financial matters. We have an aggressive program that gets you results within 45 to 90 days. Contact me, Chenauda Harris, at 734-752-8818 for your free consultation. Welcome to Let's Fix It with Chenauda. Sit back, relax, and take some copious notes as we provide you with some awesome solutions to your financial matters. Invite your friends and family to join us. And if you're watching this live via Facebook, like, tag, share. Sharing is caring. I am Chenauda Harris, your financial specialist. Welcome back. Welcome back. I am super excited to bring you another episode of the Let's Fix It with Chenauda show. It's Let's Make It Make Sense here in March. You know, I know a lot of people are talking about March Madness and basketball and things of that nature, but we're going to talk about making it make sense here in March. And this is a part of a monthly series. So this is week number 3. Last week we had Miss Kayla Salins from the Girl Scouts talking about her outstanding community service silver project, which went over extremely well, I must say. There were pictures that were posted on my Facebook page to show the generosity of donations that were gathered for the children in the hospital. And I am so super proud of her to see that she was just going to be a blessing to children that are sick and have less and need to get well. So if you missed it, hit the replay. So, you know, we always do a segment about current events and what's going on. So I'm sure by now, those of you especially if you're paying attention to Christian music industry, have seen or heard the crazy story about the gospel singer Kirk Franklin and his son taking a conversation that they were having and making it go viral. So parents, grandparents, chime in, let's talk about it. Now, me personally, as a parent and a grandparent, you know, first of all, disrespect is just not something that I would tolerate from a child. You know, me being the age that I am, both of my parents are still living, and they still get the utmost respect each and every day. There is no way in the world should, you know, Carry On been allowed to speak to his father and do the different things that he's done, you know, in his household, you know. And then most importantly, I can't say I blame Kirk Franklin, you know, for his use of words, but I will say this, you know, we have to teach our kids respect. Respect is earned. You know, and when you're talking to adults, especially, you want to respect your elders. That was something that we were taught long time ago. And I don't know about this new generation that's coming up through the ranks, but, you know, we have to be very mindful of what we are putting out there in the atmosphere. And who are we to judge that whole situation in terms of their family dynamics? Because one thing first, Kirk Franklin is a human. He has the right to be angry. You know, I don't know the intricate details of the relationship that he has with his son, but I do know this. There would be no child of mine in my household that would be disrespectful. As for me in my house, we are going to show respect to elders, period. You know, one thing that I do pride my upbringing on is my parents brought us up with learning how to respect elders as well as authority. And you weren't disobedient and you wasn't disrespectful to people. And you didn't talk out the side of your neck like you were crazy either. So I must say, I'm still going to listen and support Kirk. I'm with him on this one. Maturity. Here's my quote of the day. Maturity is not by age, but the acceptance of your responsibilities. And this is a part of the situation with him, is that I think a lot of these kids nowadays operate on a sense of entitlement that, you know, mommy and daddy might have a certain sense of status in society or in their industry or genre. And those children feel like, okay, well, you know, if mommy and daddy has this, that, and the other, I can have it too. Well, sometimes those children need to get out and make their own way and pave their own street so they can make themselves a way just like the parent. So once again, this is one of those situations and one of those topics. Make it make sense. I don't do disrespectful children. Now, today's topic is a part of the Make It Make Sense series, and we're going to be talking about something very, very, very important. The credit changes and putting your stimulus and tax refunds profit sharing to good use. You know, over the last week or so, actually a couple of weeks since people have started to get tax refunds, the stimulus checks have now started to land, and profit sharing checks are landing for those that work for the automotive companies. You know, lots of cash is now flowing in the hands. But before we get to the cash part, let's talk about some of these credit changes and what this is going to lead into in terms of putting your money to good use. Credit changes in trade lines. There is a major crackdown, meaning the credit bureaus are being very precise on what types of trade lines that can be added to the credit reports. They are now removing, if you are a part of the following, they are no longer reporting to the credit bureaus: My Jewelry Club, Chime, Hutton Chase, AJ Jewelers, and Kickoff. So if you're part of any of those credit builder programs or have accounts with those and anticipated credit increases, you've probably seen a credit decrease due to the fact that they removed them from the credit reports. So they're no longer accepting those as trade lines to be of value to help increase people's credit scores. So keep in mind, if you were a customer to any of those, your score probably has taken a drop, and this is why. So if you're trying to build your score with these accounts, you'll need to find some alternative methods to building. So here's some successful cards and programs to be able to assist you. First, if you're looking for a secured card, we offer a secured card through First Progress. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely contact me so we can get you signed up for the First Progress secured credit card. Self-lender. Self-lender is great. That is another credit builder program, and it helps you increase your credit score. You're basically borrowing from yourself. So whatever monies that you attribute to that account, you will be able to borrow against. They'll send you a debit card. And that is a great card and program to have. Then there's also a program that we offer called Credit My Rent. So if you're renting a home, leasing a home, or pay rent or mortgage to someone, as long as it can be verified, we can get this added to your TransUnion and Equifax credit reports within 30 days and add up to 2 years of credit history. So those of you that are on the brink of trying to get approved for homes, cars, or just change your score in general, this is an excellent opportunity for you to do so at a minimum cost of $9.95 per month. For that, there's an initial startup fee based upon whether you wish to add 1 year, 2 years. But I tell you what, it is an awesome program. Becoming an authorized user on a card with someone who has excellent credit, preferably a 700 credit score. Producer. I'm waiting for my producer to add a screenshot that I want to share some information. Now, if you notice, when we're talking about the calculations of the credit score, just so you guys will have a better understanding, 35% of your FICO score is calculated by your payment history. So I always tell you to pay your bills on time. 30% is the amount owed. I need that back on the screen, please. 30% is the amount owed. 15% is the length of credit history. 10% makes up new credit, and 10% makes up your credit mixture. Thank you. If your score is below a 725, I definitely recommend some rebuilding or tweaking of your habits, right? This is to be assessed on an individual basis. So please keep in mind, sometimes repair is not necessarily needed. Building the right mixture is the biggest factor. That's just like if you were baking a cake, right? Obviously, cakes take eggs, flour, sugar on a normal basis. So if you leave out any of those ingredients to that cake probably would be a horrible cake, if it even turned out to be cake at all. It could turn out to be a disaster. Same thing is applicable with your credit. If you don't have the correct mixture of things in order, it can be a disaster for you when you're trying to do things financially. So I'm going to give you some key factors to keep in mind when it comes to credit and working towards a 750 score. So these are some things you want to write down. This is where that copious note taking comes into play. Payment history, 100%. Credit utilization. You want to keep your credit utilization under 9%, and that's across the board for all of the items that you owe. 0 derogatory items, so nothing negative. Credit history, 7 to 10 years of credit history. Open accounts, about 15 plus is what they're looking for, and 0 to 2 inquiries. So not a whole lot of inquiries on your credit report. And these factors are very key to get you to 750 in your credit scoring. I'm sure that many of you would love to be a part of the 700 club, right? So as we're putting the stimulus money, tax refunds, profit sharing, and money to good use, bankruptcy should not be your first option. I know a lot of people tend to plan out at the end of the year when we're setting our goals for what we're going to achieve in the following year. Bankruptcy, getting my finances together. Bankruptcy shouldn't be your first option. Seek a free consultation if bankruptcy or debt consolidation is something that you're contemplating. Save a percentage of your money and allow it to work for you, either in a CD or money market type account. And then this advice, I played a video from my business partner, Ms. Lynn Richardson. She's a national platform financial guru, but she's a part of our company as well. And one thing that she recommended was create at least 6 months of living expenses. It's a just in case fund. She told us we need to thrive, not just survive. We survived 2020. And not that the pandemic is over and is going to end tomorrow, but the worst part of it is over. So we want to leave that broke mindset behind in 2020. Take control of your finances. and use your stimulus to stimulate wealth for your family and to move forward. So, it's okay to reward yourself with something small. Be strategic about your planning with it. And this means don't go out and spend a bunch of money on bills or making companies that have plans to, let me regress here. Many companies have plans to assist you if you have suffered losses in COVID or have gotten behind in bills. So the real big part of this equation is negotiate with them. A lot of different companies are willing to work with you. I, for one, I had a consumer's bill, and by the grace of God, I get a note that they covered a portion of my bill. And so I didn't have to pay a portion of what I actually owed for my consumer's gas bill, which was almost like $200. So I was very grateful and thankful that they had whatever programs were in place. This was nothing I asked for, but it was great to open the mail to see that companies are willing to work with their customers. But there are plans that are in place with various companies. So definitely you got to ask, so you could get, right? So these are very important steps to take. Now, I did not say run to the malls to buy something, to go get that new designer, whatever, whether it's bags, shoes, socks, whatever. I didn't say do all of that. Now is the time to pause and clearly reset. And I know some of you are thinking last year was pure hell and you had to sacrifice and maneuver things around to make it work. Well, guess what? If you're living in 2021, you made it out. So be really mindful and smart about how you utilize your funds. And I'm not trying to tell you or direct you on how to spend your money, but I want you to think smart about what you're getting ready to do. We have been proven that we are more than conquerors, and that we are strong, and that we are survivors. We have come through this thing, and we're still pushing through the rest of it, the rest of the way. So there's no time to take a back seat and get laxed. Let's continue pushing forward and moving in the direction where you have a cohesive plan to work towards your goals. So don't give up if the way you plan things out weren't working. You just have to tweak that plan and adjust. One thing that we have noticed from last year, a good takeaway, is that many of us are chameleons in a way where we shedded some skin, shedded some tears, and, now here we are. We can pick up those pieces and move forward. Now, this is the year of Mission 800 for me. So financial literacy is very, very important because obviously that's what I do, teach financial literacy and help people with solutions to their financial matters. So I definitely want to help you position yourself to become a part of that 800. Now, whether you need credit repair or whether you need other advice to get you to where you need to be, I'm definitely growing this movement to help put people in homes, cars, and just change their whole entire financial trajectory. So I want to be able to assist you to get you on track. And please do keep in mind, there are realtors all across the country that I have a network of and that are able to help put you in a car or a home wherever you are. So definitely follow my lead. And if this is something that may not be for you, but you know of someone that might need this, now is the time to get on board. Granted, it's March, and we still have 9 months left in the year. We can do miraculous things. But the first thing we have to do is get started. That's the first step. So if you're ready to get started, my contact information is 734-752-8818. You can call me and schedule that appointment so we can get that free consultation going. You can DM me. I'm on Facebook at ChenaudaMHarris.com. Chenauda M. Harris on Facebook. And I'm on Instagram at Chenauda and TikTok as well. But most importantly, you guys, seriously, it's all about starting a program that can get you to where you want to go. And as I stated early on, you very well may not need a program. You just very well might need to tweak your habits, right? So we want to get you lined up to where you need to be so you can meet that goal before the end of the year. Now, as I always do, as we begin to wind down the show, I'm just totally grateful for this series that we have and of Make It Make Sense. You know, we've talked about life insurance, we've talked about community service, and now we're talking about credit and money. And next week, we're going to bring to you another exciting episode. I haven't given it a title yet, but it's a part of the Make It Make Sense series. We've got 2 more weeks of Make It Make Sense. I just need to know that I truly hope that these episodes have been of great value to you or to someone that you know. And I'm getting some excellent feedback from across the country from different people that are taking on the advice that is being given. And if you're skeptical about some of the things that I'm saying to you, at least during the live, please do pick up the phone and let's talk about your situation, because each and every person's situation varies. You know, you might have things that are in collections. You might have things that are just aged that need to come off of the report, or you just may not know how to pay your bills in a certain way to get the algorithms moving in the credit system to get your score to increase. So either way it goes, we're going to analyze you on a personal one-on-one basis and assess your situation. So my goal is to see everybody be a winner in 2021, because that is really where we want everybody to be. So as we close the show, how to create a wealth mindset. And I thought this was very appropriate. And this is from Lynn Richardson. The W is for write down what you want. E is envision your future. A, affirm your desires. L, listen to your inner voice. T, take action and transform. H, hold the vision. Now, with that being said, we all should have a wealthy mindset and lose the broke mentality mindset. God didn't want you here to be broke. That is not what it's about. So, my last quote, what was meant for your harm, God will use for your advantage. And that is ever so true. You know, we've lost loved ones last year. We've lost material things last year. Some people have experienced devastation where they've lost homes. And we've suffered a lot last year. And the only way that we can get through this and keep on pushing is to be mindful and to be kind and to keep praying and keep pushing. So with that being said, until God says the same, I want you guys to have an awesome week. Talk to you soon. Have you ever been denied a purchase? Are you looking to purchase a home or a car? If you answered yes to any of these questions, I can assist. My name is Chenauda Harris. I am a financial specialist offering solutions to your financial matters. We have an aggressive program that gets you results within 45 to 90 days. Contact me, Chenauda Harris, at 734-752-8818 for your free consultation.